purpose of this training module is to alert members of the service to the implications of new laws that have increased both criminal and civil liability for police officers. Under a new state law, a police officer is guilty of a C felony when the officer uses a chokehold and causes serious physical injury or death. Simultaneously, a new city bill, which the department unsuccessfully advocated to amend, makes it a misdemeanor for a police officer to restrain someone in a manner that restricts airflow or blood circulation by compressing the windpipe or carotid arteries. It further criminalizes as misdemeanors the acts of sitting, kneeling, or standing on the chest or back of a subject in a manner that compresses the diaphragm. These acts are defined by the new law as criminal acts, even if an act was unintentional and no injury was sustained by the subject. This module describes the actions that can result in criminal or civil liability. Other training covers the actions officers may take when taking a subject into custody or in other encounters with the public. Criminal liability.
I'm Detective Computer from the Physical Training and Tactics Department of the Police Academy. I have 19 years on the job, and my previous assignment was Emergency Service Unit. I'm here to talk to you about the implications of the new laws. We already prohibit chokeholds in the department, and we train officers not to kneel, sit, or stand on a subject's back or chest. But the new laws have changed things. Officers who use a chokehold or sit, kneel, or stand on the back or chest of a subject may be subject to arrest themselves. Bringing resistant subjects into custody has always been challenging. It's a natural impulse to do what you must to control the subject. The most common mistake is probably kneeling on a subject's back to secure them in a prone position. Officers must understand that such actions are now misdemeanor crimes. Do not use a chokehold, neck hold, or headlock on the subject of an arrest. Do not sit, kneel, or stand on the subject's back or chest. I am now going to show you actions that are prohibited when taking people into custody. The following positions are prohibited and may place pressure to the throat, windpipe, or carotid arteries. Placing my arm around the subject's neck while I'm behind him. Placing my arm around the subject's neck while I'm beside him. Placing my arm around the subject's neck while I'm in front of him. Any of these positions are also prohibited if we are in a grounded position. Police officers are prohibited from sitting, kneeling, or standing on a subject's chest or back. The following is a demonstration of techniques we cannot do. After initiating a takedown of the subject, I cannot kneel on the subject's back. I cannot kneel on the subject's neck. I cannot sit on the subject's back. I cannot stand on the subject's back. From a face-up position, I cannot kneel on the subject's chest. I cannot kneel on the subject's neck. I cannot sit on the subject's chest, and I cannot stand on the subject's chest. You may still place the subject in a prone position. The prone position is usually the best option for controlling a resisting subject to complete handcuffing. Use arm holds and other holds to immobilize the subject until the cuffs are on. If you see your partner applying a chokehold or sit, kneel, or stand on a subject's back or chest, stop them or physically move them, just as you would stop or move an officer to protect from crossfire dangers.
Force guidelines. When using force, officers should apply no more than the reasonable force necessary to gain control of the subject. Contact with the subject's back or chest, besides sitting, kneeling, or standing, is still permissible and has not been criminalized. Civil liability. In addition to criminal liability and use of force cases, recently passed laws allow people to sue officers for various police actions. Officers may not be indemnified if they perform actions that are contrary to law or department policy. Right to record.
New laws require officers to allow people to record police actions in public so long as they do not interfere with those actions, which is also required by department regulations. Officers can be sued if they interfere with people recording at safe distances or take their equipment without cause. You may still order people who are recording to provide the necessary space to safely take police action, but be careful not to interfere with people recording from a safe distance.
In this scene, a civilian has violated a reasonable zone of safety, and officers may order her to move back. Shield and rank designation.
Department policy requires officers to display their shield numbers and names when in uniform. Under a new city law, if a person asks an officer to uncover the shield or rank designation and the officer refuses, the person may sue the officer. Officers should keep shield numbers and rank designations visible at all times. If someone alleges that your shield and rank are not visible, make sure that they are and state that they are. Recite your shield number and rank designation to the person. Capture the interaction on your body-worn camera.
Medical care for people in custody.
A new law mandates a duty for police officers to provide or obtain medical care for physical or mental health conditions of people under arrest or in our custody. If officers don't provide or obtain reasonable care and the person suffers serious physical injury or their condition worsens, the person may sue the officer. In all cases, assess and ask any person taken into custody if they require medical treatment and provide or arrange care as needed.
Body-worn camera. Body-worn camera procedure now requires that officers record their inquiries concerning the need for medical or psychological treatment for persons in custody.
To protect yourself from both criminal and civil liability, always make sure your body-worn camera is activated in accordance with department policy and record any police action you may take.
Thank you for your attention, and stay safe from physical danger and criminal and civil liability.